normal muffler. That's all to do with the straight pipe. So we're gonna stick this son of a bitch in fucking probably in, I don't know what that is there, probably B1. We got this big fucking thing behind it. We're gonna just step it out of the way. Hey guys, how's she going today? Well, had another 7 inches of rain about since the last time I talked to you over the last couple days here. So first day the sun's been back out. There's rain for the next 4 or 5 days again in the forecast, so that's just fucking handy. Anyway, I bought a couple more 3750 Balin bins here for at Grandpa Henry's place. I should be good for bin space for a long time till I get more land or grow more oats, I guess. But these 2 bins were a pretty damn good find to come across there, though they kind of found me, because I was going to end up having to haul 10,000 bushels of oats home otherwise here. So I should be good for space now at Grandpa's with them anyways. So we got one home, and now we're on our way back to go get the other one. It's only a few miles up the road here, same place as where Antoine and I moved that Balin here 2 summers ago from. So anyway, I suppose I'll keep plugging down the road here, and I'll bring you guys back once it's loaded up. Talk to you in a few. Well, back at Grandpa's, there's the other bin. Kind of stabbing them where I got room here, because that row is full, and well, I don't want to go out in the field right now, we'll get buried. So they're just going here on the grass for now, and then next year we'll get some steel floors or something lined up for them. But anywho, get this backed up into place, stood up, talk to you in a few. Well, got her stood up and in place here. Dad's just gonna go up with the ladder now and get the hook unhooked up there, and we should be able to lay it down, and that'll be that. So anyway, continue on. Well, a couple days later since the bin moving. Ever since then it's been raining. Guess I got 2 okay-ish afternoons there. I guess the one afternoon was the same day as the bin moving, and then yesterday afternoon. But I finished cutting, well, pretty much what we're going to cut for ditches at home here. And notice that my peas are beginning to flower. So that means it's time for disease and fungicide on it there. So I'm just washing out the sprayer. Rob was spraying his in-crop stuff with it here the other day, because his little pull type wasn't ready to go, and I said, why don't you just fucking use this one? It's not doing anything. So just at the end of the lane here on a kind of a big gravel area, wash it out, and then we have to switch all our nozzles here. These just turn, these bodies I put on, so I've got my 3 different ones to 10 gallon, which are these blue ones. So I got 10, 5, and 3, and the 3s will go up to 5. These will go up to I think 7.5, and then these will go down to 7.5 and up to 10. So I got a pretty big area there that I can change things up and down with the rate controller in the cab for different stuff that I might have to do. So anyways, I suppose let that finish draining. We'll put one more half tank rinse of just water. I have flush in there right now, which is just straight ammonia, and that neutralizes everything. So that way the water isn't quite as gross. So I mean, it's all filtered out in the rocks here, and all the environmentalists, just in case they decide they're going to try and ban farming here like in the European there over there. So I'll be going to Ontario and might not be coming back if that kind of thing happens around here. So anyways, that's my 2 cents on the outlooks of how fucking retarded liberals are. So talk to you guys here in a few. Just about full. I'll have about 5 fills off of this 2,000 gallon tank, and the sprayer holds 400. It's a long step down. I'm doing 40 acres on a tank at 10 gallons an acre. So I'll have to do, there's about 380-ish acres there to spray. I'm gonna have to make a couple trips for a refill here anyways, but we'll get a good chunk of it done here, at least off of the first tank. So I kind of showed Amanda how to fill it, so I think she's gonna, when I need water, she will come and pick it up for me. And then that way all I gotta do is worry about keeping the sprayer moving. So anyways, I kind of made this more difficult on myself. I built this quick little holder here to put the barrel on the back. Gonna have to make it slightly different because this is a cunt to get my suction hose hooked up. I'm gonna move that hose over and then put a piece of hard plastic pipe so the hookup's there instead. But it's only for this stuff at home here that I need this barrel anyway, and then the rest of it at Grandpa's is going to be done with jugs. So anyway, continue on. Should we just show Mommy how to spray so I don't have to?
Yeah.
Well, we're just moving half mile up the little road here. Hence why she's just cruising around the back seat. She freaks the fuck out when she has to go in her car seat. So this is just easier on everybody. Amanda is in the sprayer. She wanted to try and, well, she knows how to drive it. She wanted to drive it, so she's moving it out here. She wants to try and learn how to spray, but this is not the field to learn on because it's nothing but potholes and trees. So maybe on the 100 acres over on the other side there aren't any trees out there, so they will let her try giving her a whirl there. So anyway, just getting to this water truck here, so get things lined up and filled, and we'll talk to you in a few. I've been sprayer jacked. Amanda's wanted to try running the sprayer since this spring. There just hasn't been a good enough opportunity to take the time to show her how to do it. I figured now is as good enough a time as any, I guess. It's not too hard to do the headland, at least. There's not too many trees you get up against. I think she's having fun, so. Nice thing too about doing 10 gallons at the Delero, instead of doing 14, 15 mile an hour, you're down to about 10 or 11. I mean, you can go as slow as you want. It can keep, it'll just keep adjusting the pressure to get your rate. But anyway, she's having fun. Are you gonna be all right back there? Late night or what? What about you?
No.
What about you? Well, it's the next day here. Sprayed most of the day yesterday. Got the first half section done, and I got the first tank off on the next 100 acres there, but I didn't video very much of it because it was kind of turning into a shit day. Had the front wheel bearing go on the 1-ton truck there, the purple one over at Grandpa Henry's. Ran over to his place to look at where they want to make another oil well, and lost the fucking wheel bearing. And then this truck here went to move it, and it broke the axle. If you guys remember a few years ago, it wasn't this side but the other side, and it snapped the axle off on it. So done that again. So Amanda towed me home in the dark with it because I didn't want to leave it out on the road or out by the road. So I guess it'll have to do for I'll just come back and forth to the yard here for spraying the stuff at home here. It won't, not a big deal. It'll only be one more fill after this anyway. gonna be for at Grandpa Henry's. That's gonna be kind of shitty because I won't have my water truck or handler over there with me for anything, and I'm gonna have to borrow the neighbor's set up there. Oh, now she's full. Anyway, so that's what's happening here this evening, and then or this morning, and this plug is leaking on my water pump here. I have to try and take that out, put some Teflon tape on it or something, but whatever. It'll be good enough to finish what we got to do here at home today. Anyways, okay. Next step is go put some Go Juice in the sprayer here again. So bring you back in a few. Fuck, are there peas in here? Nice! A guy might make $1 if it doesn't get hailed on or drowned out or blown away or freeze in August or heat in the bin or combine catch fire and burn the whole field to the ground, or take your, you know, any combination of the above. Oh well. So these are the carvers that we got from Mr. Straight Pipe Acres there. We're just, like I said, we're just spraying fungicide on them here, so they alleviate some of the disease pressure, because peas are real pussies when it comes to that. And this year, with how wet and humid it is, it's a perfect year for disease. So anyway, we're at 53 acres basically, 52.9. There's 100 seeded out here. I'll probably spray 110 or something like that, maybe a little over, because of overlap. When I sprayed my in-crop, most of these wet spots, well, that one I didn't go through, but you can see how far I sprayed into it. Well, doing this, I'm not spraying that far in or going through those wet spots, because this isn't going to do anything to try and control the weeds, so there's no point in wasting it. But yeah, anyway, I will continue on and we'll bring you back in a few. Well, next day here, whatever, I can't remember the last thing I videoed, but we are once again spraying peas here. I guess that's right, I was spraying yesterday morning too, and then we went to the lake after. But we're at Grandpa Henry's place here now, and I just had to jump out for a minute. This is by far the most incredible crop of peas I've ever grown in my life. I can't even hardly walk through them. Look at how thick and tall already. Sprayed the headland here, the fungicide. You can see they're flowering good through here. Headland was seeded a bit before the rest of the crop, or the rest of this field, if you remember this spring there. The rest of it's not ready yet to be sprayed. I'm going to give it another 2 days, I think, and then it'll be ready. But I just had to jump out here for a minute and take a couple pictures and make a clip for you. This is crazy. These are carvers here from Ryan, and I don't know, that's gonna be my peas of choice for quite some time to come here, I think. Like, look at that sea of them. Just perfect. The only place they're not so good is through there where the water runs, but best crop of peas I've ever grown. Anyway, I started spraying there, and that's where we're gonna finish, and probably where I'll leave you guys. So jump back in the old girl here and we'll finish up our pass. Oh, turn the pump back on, park brake off, sticker in drive, crack the valves, away we go. Look at these things though, like, can't get over it. Just had to share it with all you fuckers. Hopefully hopefully everyone's having a better crop year this year than last year. Anyway, right through the mud. Anyway, there's my ride. I'm just gonna finish up our little corner here. Back in our tracks. Cut it, cut it. And this is where we're gonna leave it for a day or two here, I think. Just until things start flowering. Need to be about 25%, and I don't know, I'd call it, the headland here was about 25%, I don't know, might have been a little under, but the rest of it, like, I don't know, I don't even actually see any flowers through there, so we're gonna give her a few days here on the rest of it, but we got lots of other stuff that we can be working on here anyways, so. There. Now we can hit that. There's a little bit of an overview of the field. I sprayed that little nook there. I actually didn't get to do my in-crop on that because it was so fucking wet. I got a headland done on it, but I spun the whole way around, so I left it behind. But it's only like an acre, that thing, so we sprayed 30.5 acres on that headland, well, including that little corner, and we sprayed 40 acres on a tank, but whatever, give us time here, maybe we can get the water truck sorted out. I was going to use the neighbors here, but it'd be easier if I can just use my own, honestly. So anyway, get our stuff out of here again, and that'll be that. But I think, like I said, that's where I'm going to leave you guys. I'll end it on a positive note here. Well, thanks for watching. Like I said, make sure you hit that like button, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Talk to all you guys in the next one.
That's right, rev them big buggers up. Just smoking. Be doing a solid 10 miles an hour.